All right, we are live on the internet. Time to jump into the show. Hello and welcome to Paradise. You are listening to Green Dudes, the only Green Day podcast that matters. You are here with me. I'm your host, Connor Mack. And as always, I'm here with my best pal in the Green Day verse, my Green Day comrade in arms, my dude wife for life, my BFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFfffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffffff not just matters of the heart, but business. We are business partners alongside
That's
Mr.
right.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
In matters of business.
Mr. Connor Kelly, how are you doing today?
Hey, man.
I
I'm.
sorry, Connor B. Dude, aka Connor Kelly. Sorry,
Oh yeah,
what
yes.
I was it's my
The
fault.
the list of accolades grows ever deeper.
Yeah,
Never ends. I can't wait until we get to American Idiot or the trilogy or something, and it's gonna take like 5 minutes just to introduce me.
it'll be most of the show.
Yeah.
By the time Saviors rolls around, it'll be about 55% of the show.
Yep. Yep. And we won't be able to cut it down because you got to give the people what they want.
Oh yeah, I mean we I do feel like the backlash would be intense if we
Mm-hmm.
if we cut that
It's
introduction
true.
down,
It's true. They say we
I
don't
wouldn't
even
want to see it.
know. They wouldn't even know who I am. They wouldn't know who the hell you're talking to.
No, they'd be like, "Oh, who's the other guy? Who's the guy with the
Yeah.
glasses?" You
Yeah.
know, how to
Anyways.
recognize him? Although without all the accolades.
Yeah. I'm doing all right, man. Although I have to say, I texted you just after like 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
And it was literally like, oh fuck, are we doing Green Dudes today?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, we are. And I mean, obviously I remembered, but it's like I remember because I forgot. You know what I mean? I realized I forgot. Totally. So we're here and we're gonna make it work. But I bring that up, Connor, because I haven't like been listening to Nimrod. And I haven't been gearing up for the Nice Guys Finish Last discussion. I'm not trying to shoot myself in the foot. I've been listening to the song for most of my life, so I'm not worried about not being able to talk about it. But it does sort of feel like jumping into a pool of cold water, and
Yeah.
am I waking back up and figuring out how to do this whole Green Day podcast thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean it's been quite a bit since we actually have done like a regular episode. Yeah, I mean and even longer since we've done this regularly.
I know.
But
you've kept your promise.
I've kept up. Yeah, we so far this year we have had no off weeks. Every week we've had an episode. Whether it's a Green Dudes mini,
that's not true. It's not.
It is true. Yes, it is.
No, the last one you uploaded was from March 2nd.
Yeah,
which means it has been more than 1 week. It's been over a week since the last Green Dudes episode.
No.
Yes.
No, you're actually wrong there. You're actually wrong there.
Okay.
You're actually wrong there.
Listen.
This still counts as the next as that following week.
Okay. I mean, I'm not sure how, but I guess.
Well, no, because it was a leap year.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely leaped. Yeah, we leaped.
Actually, no, Connor, I'm actually not wrong. No, because I think we've talked about this before. It's not within 7 days, Connor. It's within the calendar weeks. So right now, I'm serious. I'm not. That's been my my strategy this entire time.
Got it.
So we are in the following calendar week right now. So my promise actually is not broken because it's never been within 7 days. I wish we could do episodes every 7 days, but we've never adhered to that.
So it's not weekly. It's within the calendar week. which has like this little asterisk
it
next
is,
to
Connor.
it.
No, Connor,
But
stop. It is Connor. It is weekly. It is weekly. This is the following week after the.
It seems like it's
because you don't seem to understand what I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying
you seem to be willfully obtuse on this matter.
No, I'm not. It's not willful. I'm just saying. So, by your definition, it sounds like you effectively have like what, a maximum of 13 days.
Connor, so
is that what the calendar week is? Is that what we're saying?
If we were talking about Green Dudes, about the next recording session on that Monday, the 2nd, we would say, oh, next Wednesday is when we're going to be recording. Not this Wednesday or 2 weeks from now. This is the Wednesday of the next week, Connor.
Right. Yeah.
You know, we regularly post episodes more than the 7-day mark. Okay.
I know that.
Yeah. And we're only 2 days past that right now. So this actually is it's very on schedule right now for us.
We're pretty good. So we're good.
Yeah. We are good.
All right. So let me be the first to tell the fans, Connor is a man of his word. He has kept his promise. Despite what I'm hearing online from the Green
no one's saying shit.
Despite what I've heard.
Nobody is saying shit.
Rumblings from the anti-social media. People are like, where's this episode? It's been 7 days. It's been a full week. And I'm like trying to explain to them, I'm like sending out all these comments, like it's the calendar week, it's the calendar week, and they don't get it.
You're the only person that has that hang up.
Okay. All right.
Not because other people don't care.
It's not even a hang up. It's just like a fun thing that we do.
Well, no, it is definitely a hang up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of hang ups, what's cool is we got to hang out recently.
We did, yeah. We
got
to hang out. Mm-hmm. Hung out in person.
Yeah.
Did some cool stuff that was not Green Dudes related. We'll be revealing, we'll be sharing with the world very shortly. But we also did kind of do some Green Day related activity as well.
We did, didn't we?
We did. We it's the beginning of March, so it's still technically the holiday season.
It's what I refer to as the calendar holiday season. Yeah. So it falls within the range. Yeah.
Well, okay. Historically, Connor, it is within our calendar holiday season.
It is. It is.
Us, our group.
Yeah.
We yourself, me, and our other pal Josh. We did our holiday gift exchange finally. That we always do pretty late. Much to a certain person's chagrin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yours as well, I guess, but
I don't know, not so much. I don't have too much chagrin about it, but
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we did a gift exchange, and I really wanted to make sure to mention this on air. I think we have mentioned this before, that like this memory that during our first Green Day show back in 2005, when we were walking out of the concert into to the parking lot and stuff, my parents got us these really hideous bootleg Green Day shirts that we really grew to love, and I think both you and I, Connor, were lamenting about how we have misplaced them. They've just as things do, they leave us over the years, and you have no idea where they end up. And the most amazing thing happened for this holiday gift exchange. Connor, you were somehow able to procure these exact bootleg shirts. Yes. And you bought me and you bought yourself one. I'm just gonna stand up.
I had to.
Look at these. Oh my god.
It's horrible.
Holy shit. How fucking amazingly hideous. God. Oh man. That's one of the best gifts I've ever received. I'm so beyond happy to have this back in my possession. I'm gonna be wearing this entirely too much. I really love it. I really am so happy that
wow.
we both have these shirts back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fucking man, I don't know. There's something very special about these deranged, this like deranged Photoshop atrocity, you know?
Yes. And you know, we can't be the only ones, of course, who have a fondness for these and for things like it, which is why I think they're available in the first place.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, to be honest, I didn't have to do all that much digging to find this. You just have to just use the right sequence of keywords. But it really was not like some insane. It was crazy when I came across it. I was looking for it by the time I found it, but yeah, a lot of times for gift exchanges, like I've given you Green Day merch in the past anyways, you know, some Oakland coffee stuff or whatever, you know, like it's usually a kind of a surefire
absolutely it is
Christmas gift, right, for us. But yeah, somewhere within that journey, I was like, no, you're right, Connor. We talked about this maybe even earlier in the podcast, but definitely it was our 100th episode special when we were talking about like the early days of us becoming Green Day fans and our like early Green Day fan memories. We talked about going to the show, and these shirts were part of that. And I was when we were having that discussion, I was like, yeah, man, I got to see if I can make that happen. And yeah, they're really cool. You know, I would be remiss if I did not mention the awesome Green Day related gift that you got me as well, Connor. And I have had a chance to look through it a bit, not all of it, but
yeah.
Connor ended up getting me a pretty noteworthy. I think many Green Day fans are aware of this and have seen this around, but it's the Bob Gruen collection of photos that he took during the American Idiot era.
Yeah, I think like American Idiot through 21st, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, because you get some of that too. Right. And yeah, it's awesome to have. It's such great quality. And I took this little picture here. I'm gonna text it to you just because I thought that this was like so charming. But on the I don't know, like the binding or the spine of the book, it has the like little cartoon renditions of
yeah.
I guess that's not really gonna focus, is it? That's fine.
That's okay.
Looks like shit. But like, you know, there's just like a lot of little touches throughout. It's not like one of those photo things where like you just, oh yeah, there's one picture, here's the next picture, here's the like. There's a lot of care and attention and little details put into this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
make it a real joy to like look through. And like what a awesome like time capsule and collection of that era, you know, that we lived through as Green Day fans. So
I know. Yeah.
We had a really great Green Day gift exchange, and it's just really awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course, and yeah, it was a good time. Well worth the wait.
That's right.
Now you know, having to do this at the tail end of the holiday season, you know.
Yeah, the tail ends. Yeah, it's officially over now that we've had our gift exchange.
It's officially over. Yeah, it just ended.
If anyone else is paying to do their gift exchange,
take down your trees. Take down your trees.
Too
everyone.
late. Sorry.
Yeah, save it till next year. Connor, in the Green Day world, you know, we just did our bingo cards the other week, and but it really seems like all is silent. You know, all is silent in the world of Green Day. Nothing is stirring, not even a mouse.
Yeah. I wouldn't say there's really any mice. I do, because I follow Mike on Instagram. he's been like reposting these videos of
he did like a bass rundown,
like bass demos and stuff. And it kind of made me think, like, man, should I have done something on the bingo card? Like, I don't know, more like, but it seems like such a non-prediction to be like, they do a social media, I don't know, not even a partnership, like, you know, series or something. But it is cool to see Mike do that. It seems like he's having fun with it, because I'll click on his story. But yeah, in terms of like actual news and anything that's happening, we're in a bit of a lull right now.
We are, yeah. You know, we're in the fallow period. Like, who knows how long this is gonna last? It could be just a couple months. It could be a couple years. We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know. It's happened before. You know, we have been in these dark times before, and we've made it through. And you know, God willing, we make it through this one. You know.
Yeah, it does feel like we have, of course, more reason to expect activity, I think, at a sooner rate. Like, I would be surprised if we're going years without
yeah, me too.
A peep from that old church mouse. But
yes.
But yeah, you know, and it's like it does sort of feel like could the off year, as it were, be an opportunity for something else, or be the beginnings of something else, just like we were kind of talking about, where it's like, you know, Billy, sometimes it's hard for him to sit on his hands during the downtime. You know, who knows what things may be stirring. I'm sure something is going to be happening to keep them like relevant and within, you know, if not the public eye, then the social media eye. Just because that's part of the machine, man. You know, like, even if it's not music related, we're gonna be getting something.
Actually, you know what? I mean, so like what did happen actually that I just remembered is they announced a new line of Green Day Funko Pops.
Oh yes, right.
Yeah, with like the 90s like Dookie or Billy, Mike, and Trey, which I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's specifically the basket case video, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's
yeah. Well, I don't think we'll be like that stuff will keep percolating, you know, and trickling in. But I don't know. I guess it would be, you know, cool to add some more Funko Pops to my collection. I don't know.
You don't sound that excited about it.
I mean, you know, like of course, I don't want Funko Pops, but they're Green Day Funko Pops. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like I do sort of feel like, I don't know, when you get a Funko Pop within your like sphere of interest, it is you do sort of get like this jolt of like, hey, it's that thing I like.
Yeah.
But I do kind of feel like Funko Pops themselves are kind of like inherently unexciting, because every Funko Pop is just like, obviously the whole deal is it's like the same fucking thing, but with like a different fucking hairdo and whatever. And so I don't know. I kind of like the ubiquity of Funko Pops. It makes them like very bland and dull. I would say. And it kind of just makes me wish that, even though I'm not like an action figure collector or anything like that, I kind of wish we would get something from Green Day if they were going to do something like that. That was just like a bit more unique. And to be fair, I guess as I'm talking about it out loud, they have come out with and partnered with like some really simple toy manufacturers to do like the Kerplunk Girl, the Dookie Dog.
True.
Those things exist, and they are official pieces of Green Day merchandise. But I don't know. It feels like like in the Star Wars world, they have, I think it's called like the Black Series, which is how it's like, high end, high quality stuff. And it just
Yeah,
kind of
it's
feels like we need like the Green Series, like something a
yeah,
little
yeah.
elevated
Mhm.
for the Green Day
Yeah.
collector.
Green
You know what I
Day
mean?
Green Day action figures for adults.
Yes. Yes. I mean, is that so hard? Come on.
I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It's uh, I mean, they have an aging fan base. Um, I mean, obviously they've got a very diverse age range of fans, but
A very diverse age range of people who are all aging. Yes.
yes, true.
No,
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
young Green Day fans. I know.
no, there are. Uh, no, that would be a home run. I think people like us would buy those, and it would make them a lot of money. So, I think it's like all just down to the you know right person pitching that to the right person to
Mm.
Green Day's team or whatever for something like that to happen.
Why not
Um,
us? We could be the right
yeah.
people.
Well, if we had connects to like an action figure company, then we could.
No, we're just the idea guys.
All right, so our pitch is you should uh you should pitch this action figure series
Yeah.
to an action figure company,
Yeah,
to a
but
toy company.
the pitch is more than that because I also gave a name for it. It should be the Green
The Green
Series
series. Okay. Okay.
or like Series Green or something. Yeah. Something it has to be like snappy.
Oh, Connor, breaking news here. I just kind of checked quickly while we were talking about Green Day news. There is
Okay.
breaking news happening in the Green Day world as of 3 hours ago. Um, Billy Joe to perform at Notes and Words benefit on May 2nd.
Breaking news from the last calendar week. Oh wait, May 2nd.
May 2nd, not March 2nd.
May 2nd.
Yeah.
So sorry. Sometimes I just hear M and I just
Well, yeah,
stop listening.
I mean, this whole calendar business really does confuse you.
It's that it just goes to show.
Yeah, it's not easy for you. I know.
It's not easy. No, it's not easy being green. May 2nd. May 2nd. 2 days before Mike makes his Star Wars Day post.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so things are happening. Things are definitely
Yep.
happening in Green Day world.
And I do know what a calendar is. So
Yeah.
there's that too.
Okay, Armstrong is slated to perform as part of the cover-ups. His cover's only a side project. So the cover-ups are playing a benefit show is the big news. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's still cool. That's still cool.
Yeah, we'll be anxiously awaiting.
Yeah, we'll get some
all right.
new footage.
Yeah. Billy will have dyed his hair. It'll be a big news.
Yes. Yep. And we'll take another thing off the bingo card.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, benefit show would have been a good spot for a bingo, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, folks, this is a momentous occasion we have we have gotten to here. We finished talking about Insomniac just a month and a half ago or so. I don't know, a month and a half.
I'm not gonna think about calendars right
a little
now.
while.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, sorry. We'll put that behind us. Connor, we're starting to work our way through Nimrod, the fifth Green Day record.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, insane.
I mean, there is a lot to say about Nimrod as a whole that we will certainly get into. But I think it does feel like a big shift for them as like their in like their trajectory as like a long-term band, like rock and roll band that does like that kind of like stands the test of time. I feel like this record really cements them as like not just the punks from California. Like on this record they really like show what they're made of in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Imagine, obviously it would not make any financial sense or practical sense or any sense of any kind for this to have happened. But it's like, imagine the story around Green Day if Insomniac was their last record and like that was the Green Day discography,
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've kind of done this little thought experiment at different points throughout, but it's like if they didn't have the expansion like in their sound and like what they can be, that Nimrod like first really starts to I don't know, really, like really push, then we'd be dealing with a very different legacy, and I think one where people would be a lot less willing to like fight over whether they're punk or not. Even though that conversation, of course, is happening around Dookie and stuff, it's like I imagine like throughout the test of time, had it been those four, I think history would have been very kind to them. Not to say it hasn't been, but it's like, but their legacy is so much bigger now. And as rock stars, it's like they've sort of transcended the punk discussion in a lot of ways, or sidestepped it, or however you want to think about it. And that does, obviously, it's like the whole point of the podcast is like everything is connected, and like each like beginning, really somewhere like begins a little bit smaller further back as like this little echo, right? But all that being said, it does really feel like you're saying, and I agree with this, that Nimrod is really like the first major step on that journey of like Green Day becoming like what they are today.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I mean you're right about if Insomniac was their last record for some reason, they would be like much more revered in like the purist punk community, almost like their response to the backlash from Dookie being Insomniac and like leading to their demise would just I don't know, I think it would tickle people that have the inclination to want that purity in punk. And I think it would reaffirm their beliefs that like, oh, major labels are no good, that's the end of the band when they signed that contract, and that Green Day did the right thing by like dying on the sword with Insomniac. I could really see that. I mean, that changes the narrative entirely,
Right.
And then if all members were still alive, if this is not like a Nirvana situation or something with In Utero, like then 20 years later, it's like they're doing the Insomniac 20th anniversary tour or something in small theaters, all over the country. Like it would just be such a different reality. And so, I think as much as Insomniac is like, fuck you guys, we're still punk, we're gonna put out our most aggressive record right after our big mainstream label success. I think Nimrod is also a response to that, being like, all right, we're not just the flash in the pan, like we contain multitudes here, and like we're just not going to be put in a box. And I think they largely really succeed with this record, and they obviously they have good riddance on here, and that cements them as like the writers of I don't know, one of the best ballads of all time, I think. That
a multi-generational defining song.
Yeah,
I mean, it's huge.
Massive, absolutely massive. Yeah, so I don't think we would get American Idiot or 21st or whatever Rev Rad or or saviors without Nimrod. Nimrod really, 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 puts in a lot of work, to build that foundation. And I don't know. I think it's pretty masterful in the way that it like threads the needle, where we're talking about Nice Guys Finish Last today, which is the opening track, and it lulls you in, like this is a Green Day song through and through. And it doesn't seem, it probably couldn't be on Insomniac, but it doesn't sound, it's not a far throw away from it. Um and then once you dive in, it's just like, wow, this is it's way more than I think people would expect from the band following up Insomniac. Um and we'll start there, obviously, with Nice Guys Finish Last. Connor, and obviously this song is a single, but I don't think it's a single from it, from Nimrod. I think it's a single from the movie Varsity Blues.
Oh, do we have another movie to watch?
Oh, we might actually. Fuck.
Because I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I guess it technically is a single from Nimrod, but I think it was just released as a single due to it being on the Varsity Blues soundtrack. So Nice Guys Finish Last, despite being the first song on the record, happens to be the final single released from Nimrod.
Mm-hmm.
It was the fourth and final single put out from Nimrod. Connor, getting into Green Day here back in the day, diving through their discography, obviously we would watch all the music videos. There is a great music video attached to this song.
Yes.
And that certainly painted our like ideas of what this song is and our memories there. But I just want you to dive deep for the first time in a little bit, on your memories of Nice Guys Finish Last, and your if you can dig into your initial feelings on it, maybe.
Yeah, I can, because I feel like it occupies a bit of a strange space for me, in that I'd say it's a song that I've always liked, but have also felt kind of lukewarm to indifferent about. And I like that sounds, contradictory. It's like, which is it, right? But I don't know. I guess it sort of is this feeling of like, I don't think it does anything wrong. And I'm talking about historically, not my feelings about it today. But like even back in the day, because I remember listening to this one on CD, as we did for many of our albums, and I don't know, I would like play this, so I would listen to it like through my computer or on like a CD player, on that boombox that I have, that gray boombox. I still have that kicking around somewhere. And I don't know. I guess it's a hard thing for me to put my finger on, but I don't feel like it was a song that ever excited me that much, even though I liked it, and even though I thought it was pretty good, and even though the music video is a ton of fun, which it is. And I remember really liking the music video and thinking it was really funny and charming, But I guess I'll leave off on this. I kind of felt like Nice Guys Finish Last, historically, when I was first listening to it, I kind of felt like it was missing some like bite or some kind of edge to it. Like it does have that propulsive Green Day sound, and they're all super cohesive, and it sounds really great, but it just didn't feel like it had like that edge to it. And I also was confused about what the song is about, and I think that also kind of led to me sort of waffling on it a bit in the way that I'm trying to describe here. So I'm not saying all that is still true today. We'll see how I feel as we get to that. But I do remember like having those kind of mixed feelings or like almost like hangups. Now I'll say hangups about it for those reasons. Yeah.
That's really interesting, actually. I didn't know that. And it's funny that you talk about like the meaning and stuff, because as I was like digging into some of the social media posts about the song, that is a popular topic of discussion when it comes to Nice Guys Finish Last. There's a lot of people that are they're asking what the meaning is, or they're confused about what it is, and there's arguing about maybe people's interpretations of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll get into that. Lyrically, it's a very interesting song to me. I always really I just really loved it. It does, there is a meaning there, and we'll get into it obviously. But I don't think it's as clear as the title suggests, or the assumption that you make once you know see the title. I think there's some stuff in there that reminds me of like Nuclear Family, in the way that like a lot of it is like kind of gibberish that Billy Joe thinks sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember on Quattro, the movie, the Quattro documentary, Billy talks about how much of a nightmare the lyrics for Nimrod were. Like they were in the studio and had all these songs, and just the lyrics weren't done, so he was like coming up with shit on the fly. Which is funny that because in Quattro he's like, I'm never doing that again. I'm always going to be prepared with lyrics. But then on the trilogy, it's like, well, were you really like this time? You were prepared for this for the trilogy, which I don't know. Obviously, I love the trilogy, but there's a lot of kind of silly lyrics on those records. Yeah, I that was never a hang up for me. I always thought it really was a masterclass in like a power pop punk song, with like urgency and well, from the intro to the chorus, and like I think it's got really cool parts. It's kind of it kind of feels like a just a great hard ass Green Day song. But I do agree with you that it's not as cutting as some of their like best work. I don't think the clarity is there in the way that you would get from like from a Basket Case, or like a even like a Stuck With Me or something,
Yeah. And comparing first songs, like we were just gushing about Armitage Shanks when we were discussing
right
Insomniac,
and Burnout too.
Yes, right.
Those are two examples of fantastic leads tracks.
Yeah, like it almost feels kind of unfair to pit Nice Guys Finish Last against those songs, because it just gets devoured. Like for as good as Nice Guys Finish Last is, there's just no discussion to be had about it. Like it's just not as nowhere near as good as either of those songs. And so I don't know. It's but I don't feel like I was like consciously comparing like opening tracks when I was 14 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but I do think maybe that is something to do with it in a way too. Who knows exactly how we were ping-ponging around Green Day's discography, But it definitely feels like as I was listening to Nimrod, it's like I didn't listen to Nimrod before Dookie, and I don't think I listened to it before Insomniac either. Although it's
do you remember which one of us got Nimrod first?
I don't, but it just feels like it would be you. Like I'd be really surprised if it were me.
I kind of do feel like it was me, but I don't remember for sure.
But I do know, I mean, but I remember getting it for Christmas. I think I asked for like whatever Green Day CDs I was missing at the time. Like we have already talked about how I never had Kerplunk on CD, and I forget what else. I mean, I never had 39 Smooth either. But anyways, I think I asked 1 year for Christmas. I remember specifically I wanted Kerplunk and Nimrod, and I think my parents just couldn't find Kerplunk. You know, they went to FYE or whatever, and they just didn't have it. And so I got Nimrod, which was like, you know, great. But I guess I think about that when I think of the CD, and I remember like opening it. I remember like having the CD that day and being really excited about it.
Yeah, I have no memory of like when I actually got Nimrod. I remember getting Kerplunk. I remember getting American Idiot and Dookie and maybe Insomniac, but I know you got Warning first. You got Warning before before I had Warning.
Yeah. That might be
Nimrod,
the only one.
That could be the only one.
Yeah.
But well, no, and you got Super Hits first as well.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like it counts, but
well, I think it counts for us.
We're gonna count it. Okay.
But
I'm sorry to interrupt, but could I have gotten Shenanigans first too?
Yes, very possibly.
Because I kind of feel like Warning and Shenanigans might have been the same, like, you know, swoop for me.
Yes.
I feel like I'm.
Yeah, it could have been like the same trip or something, or coconuts.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, go on. Yeah.
So yeah, kind of, you know, back to Nice Guys Finish Last. Before we dive into these individual components, how are you feeling about this track today? I know we listened to it and watched the video before we did this podcast, but there's been a lot of years since that 14-year-old kid was kind of ambivalent about it, and now you know you're living with it after all these years. Where are we at today?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's really, really telling and really interesting that you kind of made this trilogy connection to it with something like Nuclear Secret. Because what I was going to say is like
Nuclear Family.
Oh shit. Oh, wow. I just had
Nuclear Secret is one of our songs.
That is. Wow. I just had a galactic static slip up right there.
Which definitely is not a ripoff of Nuclear Family, and definitely was not written during the lead up to the trilogy.
No. None of those things are true. Nuclear Family. Anyways, because I was going to say that when I'm singing along to Nice Guys Finish Last, I love it. It's like a great, so like when you are like driving, when you're like driving somewhere and it's like a nice kind of leisurely drive where you can get some good speed and you're not, you know, fucking around with any assholes on the road. And you're like, what do you want to listen to? And you're like, oh, dude, let's put on Nimrod. And you just like put on Nimrod and this starts and you're singing along to that as you're driving around. It's excellent. It's fucking great. So it's a Green Day song that I always feel like I love when I'm in it and when I'm, you know, like experiencing it. But I don't know. I guess I have to say I do still have some of those lingering, you know, thoughts where I just do still feel like the song still kind of has like this, I don't know. This is gonna sound like too critical. I don't want it to be taken harshly. But it feels like it just has a bit of like, I don't know, a flatness to it. Just like, you know, maybe literally like a flatness, like when you drink a soda that you know is really like, oh yeah, you know, you had a great thing of Coke or whatever, and still tastes pretty good, but you're like, someone's like just a little off. Like it just doesn't, it's just missing something. And I do still sort of feel like Nice Guys Finish Last is still kind of missing something to elevate it. It's just the thing is that within the whole context of Nimrod as a record, I wouldn't change a fucking thing about it. And I don't think that Nice Guys Finish Last needs to be any better or have anything else like going on with it. I think it's like exactly right in serving its purpose as the opening track. And I think it's a great setup. I think it's really awesome how it goes into you know, Hitching a Ride. Like track list wise, I think it's really good. And the fact that like it's sort of incoherent and maybe a little like unsure or a little foggy about like what it's being. It's not very direct. Like I think all those things are what lends it sort of that Nimrod kind of like wackiness and the way that like Nimrod the album can be so many different things and like contain so many different sounds and ideas. So I wouldn't change Nice Guys Finish Last, but yes, I do still feel like it's kind of just like a solid 7 out of 10. So there you have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, what is missing, Connor, is a trilogy style solo.
Yeah, maybe that is it. Instead of just the power chord instrumental bridge that we get. If
Billy Joe just shredding for 45 seconds in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's interesting to me. I don't necessarily agree with you totally. I do get what you're saying though. Do you feel like there's a better opener on this record?
No.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to like switch it. I don't think so. I don't think it's like anything wrong with the song. I just don't think the song is it's a strange thing to be like. I don't mean to talk about it, talk around in circles. It's like I don't think that the song could be any better. I think Nice Guys Finish Last is as good as it like can conceivably be. It's not really missing something, and I wouldn't change anything about it. But it is sort of like, I don't know, could they have made a different superior song? It's like, who fucking knows? I guess not, or else they would have done it if they
they should
so.
have maybe they should have replaced Nice Guys Finish Last with Suffocate, and then Nice Guys Finish Last would be on Shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't think that would solve the problem. I think but that, yeah, that's just how I feel. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a totally valid. Maybe the solution is having a Song of the Century style intro tacked onto the beginning.
Yeah, they should have kept all the sound clips and narration from the music video. Yeah, and just that could have been the lead in to Nimrod. Would have felt much more grandiose.
Yes, problem solved. Okay, so let's dive into some of these individual components. Connor, it starts off with I don't know, I think a really awesome intro, just Trey pounding those drums, Trey pounding that snare, and some scratchy guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty, you know, it's one of those songs where it's like right away you know what it is and you're like, oh man, yeah, let's do this. And I love it. Kind of we can jump into the drums first, I guess. You know, it's not like oh man, Trey is really doing all these cool things like on Insomniac, but it's a pretty pump ass performance here.
Yeah. No, it'll pump your ass right up when you listen to Nice Guys Finish Last. It's a real ass pumper. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's no, Trey it's great. Yeah. Yeah, there is not like a singular standout moment, which is okay. There doesn't have to be. Um, it just kind of means, yeah, that like he's still delivering just a phenomenal performance across the board. This does feel like a pretty like comfortable and like up his alley kind of song where he just sort of gets to be like the driving force throughout this track. So it's great to hear him play. The drums sound good, and yeah, I think he has a lot of strength and excitement in his playing, even though I said some of that felt like was missing from the song, and in some ways none of that is from Trey. So
Yeah,
uh
agreed.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a great I mean, and the way that the drums really kind of complement the guitar in some of those transitions is very satisfying. We'll go to the guitar next. I think it's just another really solid Billy Joe riff. It's kind of, I mean, we talk about kind of how Billy Joe has like a riff toolbox kind of that he goes back to, and there's like variations on similar riffs all over the discography. Um, is this a variation or is this a unique power chord riff where it's like what other songs contain that? Because there's like the uh like that's all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this particular variation, is it? I mean, there's got to be more songs that contain it.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely feels like there is. It's always a bit of a task to try to make that connection off the top of your head.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't say that like Nice Guys Finish Last is some singular wholly unique guitar playing. So there does have to be some kind of like relative alongside it. But it is a really great riff, and I do think it succeeds in, like you're saying, being a through and through Billy Joe power chord riff, but he's always putting that spin on it. It doesn't feel recycled,
mm-hmm.
and I do like the way that the riff it feels like it could just like keep looping back in on itself over and over.
Yeah,
Like
mm-hmm.
you could do that like that could just like keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I mean, you'll lose your mind after a while, but like it feels like musically somehow it would still be satisfying. Like
Yeah,
it's just
I think so.
alternating A to
Mm-hmm.
B, but I mean, that's like what is so immediate and like hooky about it. So it does feel like it is both like fun and frustrated at the
Yeah,
same time. Like I think Nice Guys Finish Last succeeds, especially with the guitar playing here, as feeling like kind of like you're saying, it is still like connected to Insomniac, but they're also able to take the leap and to like take like the playing of Insomniac and give it some kind of a tweak, so it doesn't have like that downcast or that angry like saturation about it. Nice Guys Finish Last always felt like almost like a party song, for
yeah,
the
yeah,
early 2000s or the late 90s. Like it's the late 90s. It
yeah.
feels like it could be I don't know. it's celebratory almost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely very bright. And yeah, I think there is like joy contained too, in a way, in the guitar and in the vocal performance. I think that is like very much a response to Insomniac not having any of that.
Yeah.
Largely. Um, Diving into Mr. Mike Dirnt here with his bass guitar. Connor, I think this strikes a pretty nice balance for Mike here. We get you know, a little bit of Mike solo action, just doing, you know, a simple run, but it's always nice to kind of hear the bass singularly. Um then yeah, I think this song, you know, it's like a very it's a very good mix of like following along to the riff, but also carving out little moments here and there to throw in some fun lines.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the bass is a pretty big standout on this song, I feel, because it does, of course, yeah, have that sort of standalone moment at the beginning and the end of the song, that which, yeah, I mean, it sounds great when everything else drops out and the bass is a bit more prominent. But yeah, like even during that brief little instrumental bridge where the solo would go, and Billy changes up his power chord playing there just a little bit too, to give it a bit of an oomph, you know. And Mike has some interesting things going on there too. So I do like the way that he's able to go back and forth between, like you said, kind of following closely along with the song and then having like more standout moments or moments where like he's kind of able to do something a little more interesting in this little pocket here, which is a really great, you know, way for Mike to play. A lot of times sometimes it feels like it could be one or the other, where it's like he's kind of just, you know, going through the song, or he's, you know, dynamic the whole time. And you know, I know that broadly that's not always true, because we've talked about the little side quests, as we called it, that Michael Taken is playing. But this does feel like a bit more of like a marriage rather than like a side quest, because it feels like a bit more of like half and half to me. It feels like it has the interesting playing and like the lockstep with the guitar sort of deal, 50-50. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool you know, I think songs like that are real wins for Mike, you know, and it's not always possible, I guess. Like, you know, you're talking about the him calling Boulevard of Broken Dreams the most boring bass line or whatever in one of those videos you mentioned.
Yeah.
And it kind of just like, it makes me think like, is it really just not possible to spice up Boulevard a little bit, or was it really just for the best to have it just following the guitar? I guess stylistically, it was a choice. You know, I'm sure he could have done something different. Was it his choice, or was it just a group decision? I don't know. I think about these things though.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. Although I am willing to bet that, you know, when you're like in the studio and you're making and recording the song, you know, I could totally see Mike being like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna pull back here because this song is like these, you know, huge guitars.
Yeah.
And it's like, we want to really blow that up and emphasize that. And then it's like, did he anticipate that, you know, this was going to be like an incredibly massive, you know, hit for them in this new era, and that
he's playing
like,
it every night for the next 30 years
to be playing it forever. I mean,
yeah,
he might have changed the bass up a little bit if he had known, but
maybe.
But that probably was a studio decision that I'm assuming he agreed with, because I feel like if he didn't, then we'd probably have a much different bass line on the track. So
I know, and I mean, I just can't even imagine it. You know, it's like
Right.
it would just it does seem like it would change the song pretty fundamentally. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but Nice Guys Finish Last here is an example of that marriage working pretty harmoniously. Um, let's see. We before we are we going to talk about the vocals and lyrics together? Is that what we do?
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna do that together.
All right, so that I think you start us off with a song, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, before we do that song, would you be opposed to a 2 minute break?
Oh, we'll do a tight two.
Okay. I'll be right back, buddy.
BRB, folks. All right, ready?
Yeah, thanks, man.
No problemo. Okay, let's do it. All right, and we are back. Connor, I believe this part of the show starts with a song.
Yes, it does. And it goes a little something like this. Just tell me the words I might have known. The words
The
I
words
might
I
have
might have
known.
known.
The words
The
I
words
might
I
have
might have
known.
known. Wow. It's been a long time since we've sang that together.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. All right, Connor. In this song, "Nice Guys Finish Last," any lyrics here that you were unfamiliar with or you had misheard over the years?
Yes, and um, not a lot, but there were some that I was like, yeah, I knew, I didn't know that. There were some that that really surprised me. Because I felt so certain that I'd been singing certain parts of this correctly for so long, and I haven't been. Before I tell you what those things are, Connor, I do want to mention part of the reason I wanted to get up was to get another beer, as I do.
Nice.
But the other reason, I forgot that I had my Nimrod CD with me.
Oh, very cool.
So this will be the first time. This is not the first CD that we own that we are discussing, but this is the first time like I've had my CD in easy access to me.
Yeah, wow.
You know, Dookie is somewhere at my mom's, and I couldn't find Insomniac. But here's the so we could still check Genius, but I'm gonna be looking at the actual lyric booklet here.
Yes,
because we have felt like at times, yes. We have felt like at times there could be some discrepancies. Like there have been some strange ones. So
it's true. Yeah.
I'm going to open up this cracked jewel case that this has been in for however long. I don't know how this
55 years.
Yeah. And okay, so let me tell you, Nice Guys Finish Last. Check it out. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. It's a very cool layout. You know, it's a very cool. It's like the original Epstein files or something.
Yes. Yeah. And in fact, I mean, could they have been trying to warn us?
It's quite possible. It's quite possible.
Could this have been and then they came out with warning. They still wanted us to know.
That's very true. Very true. They it's a wonder they weren't killed for that, you know.
I know. So let me just take a quick gander here, make sure that Genius lyrics, which we also typically check.
We're keeping Genius honest.
Is right. And Connor, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is right. It is right. It's correct. It is correct.
Genius, you get away with it this time, but next time.
This time. You better believe I'm going to be checking every song.
Every damn time. Watch your back.
Okay. So Here's what I didn't know. Every joke, just that part. Because then he says, can have its truth, but now the joke's on you. So I knew it was have its truth, but now the joke's on you, which seems weird. Seems weird to like not know the first two words of that line.
Yeah.
But
what did you think it was? you just like didn't think about it?
No, it's not that I didn't think about it, but it's like but what I thought did like doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense. And I knew it wasn't right, but I guess I will say what it sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Even though again the disclaimer is I knew it was wrong. Okay. But it sounded like to me like let's reach up and have its truth.
Oh my God. Wow.
Let's reach up and have its truth. Yeah, I know, Connor. I know. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
and
yeah.
You don't have to try to make me feel better.
There are lyrics that are kind of like that nonsensical. So it's, you know, it's it's understandable. I don't know.
All right,
Just
thanks.
like
You're
so
making me feel worse about it by trying to talk to me about it. You could
in
just
your
say
mind
okay.
though, like you knew they didn't make sense. Did you ever try to
Uh,
like rationalize like oh he means like what like reach up metaphorically to like
no,
to
no.
find the truth or something?
No, I didn't. I didn't rationalize it because again, like I knew I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was right.
Yeah.
But even though it's like such a simple thing, all the information is there at our fingertips. I just didn't know. You know, I just didn't know. It
Well,
was
yeah.
lost
Well, that's a
kind of.
good one. That's a really good one. I'm very happy you shared with us.
All right, well, I'm not done, okay? Because that
Okay.
wasn't the surprise
Okay.
for me. What did I put down here? Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the only other one I was right. So here's the one that like blew my mind, all right? I thought that the chorus went, nice guys finish last when this one I guess is kind of funny. I thought it was nice guys finish last when you run out of gas.
Hmm.
When you run out of gas. Uh Never ever have I ever once thought that it was anything else. I thought that was
Wow.
like crystal clear.
Wow.
And then I'm reading through the chorus here, and I'm like, every single time when you are the outcast, it sounds weird to me, Connor. That sounds weird to me because I'm saying it wrong this whole time.
Well, I mean, running out of gas is in there. It's the first verse. That's in the first verse. So, um, this is a very common thing as I was researching social media for the song. A lot of people actually feel, have thought the same thing that you did. And that really shocked me because to to me the chorus is like very 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 clear.
Yeah.
Uh but but no, it's you hear running out of gas once, and then you kind of your brain kind of fills in the rest of the choruses as that. I think. Um but that's it. I never knew that it was that so many people actually thought that. It's a very interesting thing.
And there was probably even more people who were like, "Oh yeah," and that one line, "Let's reach up and have its truth" in the pre-chorus,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. There's a lot of people that shared that um
Yeah.
misunderstanding as well.
Thought
Um
so.
yeah, that is crazy though, because that's a big part of the song.
Yeah, it is. No, I really felt like I got thrown for a loop there. I was like, wait a minute, this is. I'm like, I believe that I didn't realize that "Nice Guys Finish Last" is like part of the lineage of Outcast songs. Um,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
in you know in its own way. Um, so so that yeah, I'm willing to bet, Connor, that you knew every damn word on this song. Oh
Yeah, for me, I had no misheard lyrics, or I think this is definitely one of the ones I probably looked up a long time ago, and it just stayed with me definitely. But it's also a song that does have kind of it's kind of it's got kind of like we said, kind of nonsensical or kind of offbeat lyrics. So I do understand somebody coming at it and thinking, you know, thinking some of the lines were different. And actually, in the chorus, I don't know if how true this is, but um it says the lead vocals in the chorus sing "Are the Outcast," while the backing vocals sing "Run Out of Gas." So I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what Genius says.
hmm. I wonder if that's just all the when you run a gas camp, trying to
Yeah. Uh-huh.
plant their flag, as it were.
It could be. It could be. Um, Connor, let's dive into the lyrics here a little bit more. You mentioned when you were younger, you kind of were unsure what this song, means, the meaning behind the song. Um, and like I said, a lot of people on the internet shared that same hang up.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts as you've gotten older? Have you gotten any more insight into the meaning behind this one?
So I don't know if I feel like I've gotten more insight through aging, but even though it's been confusing to me, um, I have always kind of had my own, thoughts on it, and I kind of took it as uh like a person who's very two-faced, and that they seem like a nice guy, but they really aren't. Um, and that like they're kind of like destroying themselves, like they're bending over backwards so far that like they really will break their spine. They're just like a walking fucking doormat, um, like trying to be like nice and accommodating to everyone. And I've always kind of taken the living on command, shaking lots of hands line as um reference to like the artificial ness of like a really scummy politician who looks like really, like white picket fence on the outside, but on the inside it's like they're just they're in it for themselves, and they don't care like who they grind up and destroy along the way. So I don't know if any of that is you know is close to what others have said, or what the story of this song just might be. But that's kind of what I think about when I listen to the song. Someone who portrays themselves as a really nice guy, but it's like they're just like totally run ragged trying to keep up this persona or this image. And not only that, but it's also sort of like a sheep in wolf's clothing, a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. No, I think that lines up with my interpretation pretty nicely. I think yeah, it's I think it shifts perspectives a few times from talking about this nice guy in quotes, who really is not all that nice and is just kind of um using his charisma or ass kissery to climb the ladder, and pull it up after him. And also I think it also is like that guy taunting um people as well, like he's kind of pretending to be the nice guy, and but also at the same time, in his honest moments, kind of adhering to the nice guys finish last. Oh, you got to be this cutthroat to make it in
Yeah, yeah,
the world. um and I think and I knew this was the case before even looking it up, but after research, a lot of people do kind of just take the name at like face value, and they're like, and you'll see in the comments, they're like, man, it's so true. Nice guys do finish last. Nice guys like me, I'm always, I never get the girl because I'm just too nice. And it's just like it's just they're really missing the point. But that's a lot of people's reactions to the song that I've seen today. Are you there, Connor? Looks like you're frozen. Oh, he's gone. All right, we will be back in a jiffy. Hey, buddy, you back?
Yeah, you were sounding like really choppy to me, and I didn't. It could have been
Yeah,
me.
you froze. You froze on
Yeah.
my end.
All right, my bad. But I did hear you. You don't have to repeat
All
yourself
right.
because.
All right. Well, we're gonna. I paused, so let's jump right back in,
Okay, got it.
and you can just pick up from there. All right. Here we go. And we're back.
All right, yeah, sorry about that. I did hear you. At least I think as you were going through that, talking about like taking it at face value. Nice guys finish last, almost like this is like the incel anthem, right? They're like, ah, shucks,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
this
Yep.
is this song is about me. I'm the nice guy, and I don't get no respect at all, right?
Yep.
Kind of
A lot of
deal.
that.
Which I mean, for as I kind of said before, like feeling like the song is kind of confusing or cryptic or even nonsensical, however you want to describe it. I do feel like looking at the lyrics, you should still be able to like parse that it's not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's still just because a song is maybe not clear or explicit about what it's trying to say. It does kind of feel like if that's your interpretation, you've pretty much looked at the title and then went no further, you know,
That's
and
exactly it. Yeah.
like this is it. Because I
Yep.
think even just you know, a glance, you know, to make sure that it's not "let's reach up" instead of every joke, or, right?
Yeah.
Just a cursory glance. I feel like you could at least eliminate that it's not that. It's not a song about like woe is me. No one's fucking like me because I'm a nice guy.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, and this is kind of I don't know, it's a common thing for we run into with like Green Day fans online. And I think a lot of it is just like very young people or
Mm-hmm.
or people not even interested in like diving deeper into the songs, just kind of like taking them at face value, which is, it's okay, but like I don't know, when you want to talk about those songs, it's someone's gonna come and correct you, and then
Right.
if you get mad, like I guess that's on you. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, I agree with that for sure. Where it's like, you can't. It's like that's the thing about opinions or whatever, right? It's like,
Yeah,
okay, that's your opinion, but yeah, when it comes down to it, it's like you can still point to things within the song and be like, well, I can't stop you from thinking that, but like that's just not it. And I really liked your interpretation of the chorus being like the character taunting, because we do have Billy switching perspectives in songs, but like I don't always think about that, like I'm kind of willing to bet that I don't think Billy really thinks about it when he's writing either.
no,
It's not like
yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, let's get this other perspective in here. It's like I think that's just he kind of flows, between these things in a very fluid kind of process, I would imagine.
I think so too. Yeah,
And so it's really even more interesting, I think, to recognize that he's writing in the multiple perspectives after the fact, because I don't think really any decision was made, and so it kind of makes it like more intriguing that he's even doing that.
Yes, yeah, and I think for me at least, this is like kind of part of my way of like rationalizing or making sense of the lyrics, because I do think in reality, like I'll go back to the nuclear family thing. I just did I made the same mistake. Where Billy he's said in the trilogy lead up, he's like, yeah, the chorus is just like nonsense, but it sounds cool. So, and I think he does do that sometimes, and a lot of the time he can retroactively like, oh, this makes, and as a songwriter myself, like that does happen, and it's and you can work on that subconscious level, very effectively. So I do think that just in order to make sense of the song, that's kind of what made sense to me. Not that you have to make sense of it, like pressure cooker,
Right.
pick my brain and tell me I'm insane. Is there any, what does that mean in the context of the song? Kind of
Yeah.
what is he saying there? What is the relevance there?
No, I know, which is also kind of why it's like, like you were saying before, even with like Mr. Lyrics, not to kind of give myself a pass, but yeah, it's like, it kind of feels like anything really could have been the lyrics when you have a line like that. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to say. It's one of those lines where if I were to try to sit back and make sense of it, it feels like it would only the joke really would be on me, because
Yes.
I think I
Yes.
would I
Yes.
would just look like an idiot trying to be like, well, it's like, oh, his brain is in the pressure cooker, right? Like, it's like, no, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
And and for as much as I do and have talked about like how I often feel like I gravitate or respond more to songs where I feel like I can more readily parse out like that meaning, or like, oh man, I really connect to this because like it makes me think of this, or like I know that feeling, there's still a value and something to be said in, especially in songwriting, for something that just sounds cool, or for something that just like in terms of like the melody and the rhythm and like the amount of syllables and shit, like it just feels good to say. Or I feel like that's kind of what I was trying to pinpoint when I was saying,
Yeah.
like, I have my own reservations about A Nice Guys Finish Last, but when I sing along to the song, I love it. And I think that's part of the deal, right? It's like, it doesn't have to make sense. I think songs kind of operate on, on a level all their own. Like, you could watch a film that doesn't make sense, or read a poem or a book that doesn't make sense. Every medium has its own version of something that, like, on the surface seems like nonsense and somehow like can elicit a feeling or move you somehow, right? But I think songs are like more like set up to do that, and I think that Billy takes advantage of that. Like,
Definitely. Yeah.
When he says he's like writing stuff that's nonsense or that just sounds cool, I'm not trying to give him a pass. Like, it's just like, I think there's a difference between writing something that is completely vapid and meaningless, and then like writing something that, even if you don't know the meaning to it, like, just by seeing it still like does something, like it still resonates somehow. It's the same thing as like when you play an instrument, if you play a guitar part, or even just like pounding on a drum, it's like there's no inherent meaning to it. You can't be like, it means this, but obviously just the sound alone and the way that it's done, can transfix you. And I think that Billy can do that with his lyricism. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here.
No, yeah, I think that's right. And I mean, besides, it's like I would not want to switch out a lyric that made more sense for pressure cooker, pick my brain, tell me I'm insane. I think that's I think that's a great line that needs to be in the song, whether or not it makes sense. So yeah, that's just how I feel. Connor, Billy Joe's vocal performance here, I think it's a very like snotty, kind of evolutionary from Insomniac, snarly performance. I think it's a pretty good turn in for him. Portraying this kind of attitude. I guess.
Yeah. But it does still sort of feel like a glossy or a cleaner attitude.
Yeah.
Overall, like he does still, I love the, like you
Yes,
still
yes,
get
yes.
like the noises and the like, yeah, all that's great. And yeah, he pairs that with I don't know, like mostly yeah, I think a vocal performance that we've kind of come to expect from him. It's really not far off from something on Insomniac. It just has like that brighter sort of melody around it. So I think it's a great start. But like nothing too different or unique, and nothing quite stand out either. It's like it feels like it's just like very good and very Billy.
Yeah, I think that is I think that's true. Yeah. Any final thoughts on the vocals or lyrics here before we move on?
No. No, I guess not. I've always liked the end of that first verse. You feel washed up like piss gone down the drain. It
Yeah.
just feels like that kind of like deplorable loser, gross out sort of energy that Green Day just stitches into their songs. Like it's just a very Green Day lyric. They just throw it out there and everything keeps on going. And
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I just dig it because I guess that does sort of feel like it has a bit of the when I said like, oh, the song just feels a little polished or a little clean. Where's the edge? Where's the that does have a little bit of a like a stickiness to it, something, obviously it's just a little gross, and I don't know. I guess I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little Green Day garbage pale kids moment.
Garbage Pail Kids. There you
Which
go.
we love. Um but yeah, overall I think that Nimrod really is like production wise an intentional step up in polish and refinement. Um and I think it's, although Dookie and Insomniac sound fantastic, I think it's very much like more dialed in here. And from here on out, I think that's intentional. So we'll get into the pros and cons of that as well as we discuss the album. Um, Connor, you ready to help me in this next song?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'd love.
All right. All right. So goes a little like this. A warning, live without warning.
Have we heard this song? Have we heard this song?
Connor, Nice Guys finished last. Have we ever heard this song live in concert?
Wow. This feels like it's in that space of it seems really, really unlikely to me. But then I know that there's just like fantastic, really rare Green Day songs that I've heard.
Yeah.
And I just like don't remember. I really don't. If it's not clear by now, I not it's like it's not really that I have a bad memory necessarily, but like I feel like my memory only naturally crystallizes and recollects things like very selectively. And you would think it would be you might think that it would be like Green Day performances because I love Green Day so much. But I feel like it's much more like the experience around a Green Day show and like how I felt at the show and like what was happening in my life around that time that I went. I'm so bad at remembering set lists. I'm so bad at remembering like singular specific performances of songs that I've seen. Connor, no, I don't think we've ever heard Nice Guys Finish Last before.
All right, that's your final answer?
Final answer.
You're on.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, you are wrong, my friend. I am so sorry.
When the fuck? When?
Right.
When?
Connor, we heard this together at Webster Hall in 2016.
Wow.
October 8th, 2016
show.
Yeah, and it's the only time that either of us have heard the song at a show. So
Wow.
it is very rare, even though it's a single. Like, it's one of those songs that, like, I would kind of think it wouldn't be as rare. It's like a good live song, but that's just, Green Day, they got so many fucking hits in rotation that this one falls to the wayside. But yes, we have heard it live. I remember I remembered when and where we heard it. I had to look up for verification, but yeah. That was pretty. I mean, that's one of those shows though, Connor, that like there was so many deep cuts that it was like, okay, that's just one of like 12 or something,
Yeah. I mean, still, because that's the same show that I heard One of My Lives, right? Like, that's...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that... I get that was part of, like, a stretch of, like, hey, let's go crazy and play some crazy fucking songs. But I feel like that moment really overshadowed so much for me because I'd wanted to hear that song for so long. And so that's, like, my enduring memory. And, wow, I'm, like, kind of... and I fucking knew that this was a possibility. I mean, I should have guessed. I don't know. I'm kind of bummed. I'm starting this record off on a dud. But
hey, it's okay. I mean, the next episode is a freebie. So
yes, that's true. That's true.
All right. Let's turn it over to the seedy underbelly of the World Wide Web. Connor, let's hear it from the anti-social media.
We are
really, really disappointing turnout today for this.
Yeah.
There was like the Nice Guys Finish Last music video was not uploaded until like the 4K restoration. And I think they removed like the old fan uploads and stuff. So they're on YouTube specifically, there was not a wealth of reaction from the past 20 years.
Yeah.
But I mined a little through YouTube and Reddit. So this is from Reddit. We have Substantial Wash 514 from 1 month ago. They say, if any band named their song that now, it'd be called an incel anthem, LOL, which is pretty much what you said.
Yes.
Next we have Follower of Saint Jimmy, which is a cool name. They say, it's about how any nice people usually aren't going to win races of certain sorts.
You know what? It's crazy because I said I was confused and the answer was staring me in the face.
Yep. They summed it right up. They summed it right up. That's just like such a great surface level interpretation. Races of certain sorts.
Yeah, very nice.
Next up we have Victor Hernandez NJ2LO from 4 years ago. Victor says, I'm here because of American Dad, season 13, episode 20. Connor, I know you're an American Dad fanatic. What does that mean?
Connor, what season?
Season 13, episode 20.
Oh my God, no. Connor, I did watch.
In parentheses, they say Flea Biscuit.
Wow. Yeah, I cannot tell you. It makes it sound like the song could even be featured. But Connor, remember when you're probably going to be baffled. You're going to be like, why do I have such quick access to this? And I don't. It's hard for me to tell you. But Connor, I'm texting you the picture of the American Dad Green Day official crossover artwork from when they did the Punk Bunny. This is not AI. This is
so
real.
Fucking weird. I remember that now. That's really bizarre. That's really
I know
bizarre.
It's really bizarre. And it makes me wonder with this comment here, could the connection between American Dad and Green Day go deeper than we even realize?
Yeah. There's got to be a fan on the staff of American Dad.
Yeah, there's got to be a fan. I mean, Connor, American Dad, American Idiot.
Yeah, right. It's I mean, what it's basically the same thing, you know?
It's basically the same thing. So anyways, Connor, no, I have no idea how many seasons of American Dad I would have seen, but there's no way season 13 I have any fucking idea. But it really does make me wonder, could it be featured or something?
It could, yeah. It could be, I mean, a reference. It could be like, oh, like that song by Green Day, Nice Guys Finish Last. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Next up we have
Stan Stan Smith, who
also it's not it's not Seth what's his face?
MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane, because like Green Day is not featured in Family Guy all that much, like maybe a couple times, but
no. Well, that's the thing.
No
too,
big
Connor.
crossover.
No, well, okay. So American Dad is kind of interesting because even though Seth MacFarlane voices Stan Smith and probably other characters and stuff, he doesn't, from what I understand, he doesn't write for the show the way that he writes for Family Guy.
Gotcha.
And so even though, of course, the animation style and a lot of the voice actors carry over, like the style of the show is not the same. Obviously, Family Guy, you get a lot of cutaway gags, a lot of 80s references, shit like that. American Dad, not so. Okay, it's not like that.
Well,
so
color me informed.
That's right. And so it could, it could very well be Seth MacFarlane just does not have the same involvement or even control over American Dad. And I think whoever does, they're a Green Day fan. Connor, they might even listen to this very podcast.
They could, yeah. And if you're the American Dad showrunner or head writer or something like that, and you're listening, hit us up, and we would be honored to guest star on American Dad. If that's
we
could
do a crossover. We go on American Dad, you come on Green Dudes.
Yes. Oh, it would be an honor. It would be an honor.
Fair trade.
Yeah, totally fair trade. Just great exposure for everyone involved, you know. Next up we have Crash Course in Bra Surgery from 7 years ago. And the icon, the profile icon is the Enema of the State album cover.
Okay. Okay.
And they say, "Nice guys finish in a sock."
Yeah, I was waiting how long we would have to get to before the finish jokes.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, Connor, I guess the other thing that this is gonna to lead us to, very briefly only, I hope, but does Green Day also intend the song to be an innuendo?
I really don't think so. I don't think that was the intention. I think maybe I think they'd be happy with it coming across like that, but I really don't think that's the intention. Do you think that there's a bit of that in there? Because I guess it's possible, but I just don't really see it.
Yeah, I don't think so in terms of like the songwriting, but you know, obviously the Green Day boys, they can be pretty crass themselves. And I do also kind of imagine that like that was not lost on them. And I think maybe that was just sort of like privately amusing to them, where it's like, oh yeah, we wrote this song, and like, you know,
I can see that. Yeah.
but I don't think it. I don't think it has anything to do with the meaning of the song. I think it's almost like a bonus joke for them.
I think so. It's a boner joke for them.
A bonus.
No, I know.
Okay.
I know. I heard you right.
Oh wow, you're just even funnier than I realized, buddy.
There we go. But no, I've never even heard Trey like make a joke about it or any. So they don't capitalize on it, but it's there, you know.
Yeah.
Next up we have 22 Oblina from 2 years ago. Oblina says, it's a beautiful name. I've always agreed with nice guys finish last. Being nice gets you nowhere, really. Hashtag antisocial and proud.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty sad, Oblina.
Yeah, sad. It is sad.
Pretty sad.
I'm sorry, Oblina. Maybe try being nice to someone. See where it gets you.
Give it a shot. Fintastic99 from 7 years ago says, nice guys finish last because in a race, they help the ones who need help. Thought that for about a year.
Wow, a whole year before they made this comment.
They'd been like thinking about it and kind of writing it in their head.
Yeah. Took them a year to make
finally finally they built the courage to log into YouTube and put it to put pen to paper.
And you know what? You know, good for them, because some people, they think things for years and years and years and they never turn it into a YouTube comment.
So true. So true. And those are the real losers.
Yeah.
Next up we have titled got hacked 3 years ago. They say, I think Billy is smoking helium.
He's not singing that high. What is he talking about?
I heard that. I mean, I read that, and then I was listening to the song and I was like, I don't get that. Like, if it was like a trilogy song or something, when his voice is, you know, shifts a little higher naturally, I can kind of see it, but no, for this it's really not that high. I mean, but maybe a little bit higher than Insomniac. You know, I think he has a bit more of a lower register on Insomniac.
I think so too, but I think some of that just happens naturally because of like what they're going for and the tone of the songs, the melody, the key it's in. All that shit that like I'm just talking out of my ass about. But like, you know, that,
you know me, I mean, very, very good display of music theory and action.
That adds up, you know, and that affects like the way that your performance is going to be. I don't think Billy's trying to do anything different really, but it does make me think too, you know, like we were looking at some dumb videos when we were hanging out, Connor. You know, some people, there's definitely like an idea of like the way Billy sings and sort of his undulations and the way that he pronounces and delivers things. You know, he's no Tom DeLonge caricature, but people do like perceive Billy as an artist and as like a kind of singer in like a mold unto himself, you know. True. And I could see that. I could see that building up around him with something like his deliveries on Nimrod, because he does have, you know, more of like a not high in the sense that he's like helium, but he does have like more of these like holds, you know, and like maybe drawing things out, and you know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard for me to articulate, but it's like I can almost see where this person's coming from, but I disagree in their take.
Yeah, no, I think I'm right there with you. Next up we have Kurt Troglio from 9 years ago. Kurt Troglio says, sadly, this is true. And I guess I'd know that. Haha.
Wow. They end it with a haha.
Yeah. I mean, they're so modest, they can even laugh about it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a nice guy. I always finish last. Guess that's my cross to bear. Haha.
Wow. Connor, when's the last time you typed out haha? Like it feels like, and I think that this is
Yeah,
part
I
of
know.
like my millennial cringe, but there was like a certain day, I swear to God, there was just one day where I was like, I'm just gonna do LOL instead. And that
Yeah.
was it. And it was just
I know
LOL forevermore.
you started on that well before I did. I was actually very anti LOL for a long time. And I always thought haha was like the like it was the more mature, classier way
Yeah.
to text.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. Yeah.
and I dropped that some years ago, and it just kind of
Yeah.
happened, just stopped feeling right. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very interesting. I don't know. It's just how the world was going, I
Gone.
guess, you know.
I swear to God, I could see like Gen Alpha bringing haha back as like
Yeah, I could see
as
that
a way
too.
to like differentiate themselves or to like create some sort of like texting identity. They might be the ones
Yeah.
to revive the haha.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? If that's what you want to do, I have no problem with it. I just just don't expect anyone else to go along with you, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Don't
right.
expect
It's too late. It's too late
Yeah.
for me. I'm LOL to the grave, baby.
We are so beholden by LOL. It's not even funny. That
Yeah.
LOL really kind of like defines millennials. Like
It does a lot of heavy lifting.
it does a lot of heavy lifting, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um okay, I got two left and we'll wrap it up. Kunodal M from 2 years ago says, "At least some of you get to finish at all."
Wow. Wow. Bit of a humble brag there, huh?
Uh, well, that's not a humble brag. That's well, is it? I don't know if that's a humble
I,
brag at all. I think
well,
that's
no, but if
somebody.
if it feels dependent because it's like I don't know. They got stamina.
I don't think that's what that's saying.
I
I
think
think
so.
they're that I think the
I think
implication
so.
I think the implication is that they don't get any. I think that's what, because it's phrasing like, at least you get to do that, you know? Like I don't get to do that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he needs a sock. Nice guys finishing a
Yes,
sock.
he needs the sock to finish, and that's true. Just go to Walmart. They're pretty cheap there. All right, last but not least, this is just a very interesting and maybe disturbing comment. This is
Yeah.
Abex4283 from 7 months ago says, "I've been struggling with empathy lately, as whenever I sense someone feeling bad, it causes me to feel bad and get the urge to help them. Thankfully, this song makes me feel better about it, reminding me to try and not dwell on others, uh, to not dwell on others' issues to the point it hurts me."
You always save the last comment for something crazy.
It's
It's
fucking
like
it's it's such a ride. It's like I don't know. They say they're struggling with empathy, and right away you think, oh, they're not empathetic. They don't care about other people. But then it's like, no, they care too much. And then it's like, oh yeah, the meaning of the song is
yeah.
to not care about people that much, because you gotta worry about yourself. It's just it's a crazy interpretation. It's a really insane read, I think, on the song.
It is. It is. And it just comes across as when people are like, "Oh, well, I'm an empath."
Yeah.
And
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
like that whole deal like, "Oh, I'm an empath."
I'm struggling with
It's like
empathy
fuck
because I'm
you.
too
Everyone's a
empathetic.
fucking empath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
it's just it's fucking I don't know, because like the person who wrote this comment really thought they had something. They're like, wow, what a great life lesson for all the empaths out there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is not only the incel anthem, but the empath anthem.
Yeah. Is there one and the same? Somehow.
Yes.
Connor.
That's right.
Who the heck wins the comment of the day here? I don't know.
No, Connor, you said like this was not the best, but honestly, we've had worse comment sections, and
it's true.
In my eyes, there's only one winner, and it's pretty easy actually. My vote's gonna go for Follower of St. Jimmy, who's like, the song is about how it's hard for nice guys to win races of certain sorts.
Oh, it's so good.
That's just like easily the best fucking comment.
I know. It is. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Okay, yeah, that is right. Follower of St. Jimmy, you are the clear cut winner here today. Please hit us up to redeem your prize. Don't worry. We assure you it will be handsome and generous. Maybe more so handsome than generous, but definitely both.
Yeah.
Good job, Connor. Any final thoughts before we wrap the episode up?
I think we did all right for jumping into a pool of cold water, and
sure.
Even though I do kind of, I almost wish I had like more to say about Nice Guys Finish Last, even though, as usual, we've been chatting for some time now. Really, I'm just excited that it like marks the beginning of our Nimrod discussion, and that kind of is how I feel about the song too. It's like, I might not be crazy about the song, but I do kind of love it for being the first song on Nimrod, because when I listen to it, it does always like get me, like stoked to be listening to this record that I love. And so it's like,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't change it. I don't think anything needs to be different about it, even though I have some mixed feelings. Like that's okay. That's just how I feel about the song. And I love it in my own way, and for my history with it, and with us listening to it, and all that. But more than any of that, it feels like it's like the herald of the rest of Nimrod, and I'm just like so excited to get into that. So,
definitely the weeks to come. The weeks to come, the 18 weeks to come, are pretty.
That's right. The
pretty
calendar weeks, they are coming.
The calendar weeks, yes, they are coming fast.
The
a lot of heavy hitters.
Calendar weeks. If you do the math on 18 calendar weeks, I think it got to about 32 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's how it breaks down. That's how it breaks down for the Green Dudes.
32 7-day weeks. Anyways, take us away, Connor.
All right, folks. Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star rating and glowing review on Apple Podcasts. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Green Dudes Pod. Do that if you would like. You can email us at greendudespod@gmail.com with your Nimrod or Nice Guys Finish Last story, your interpretation maybe. And we will see you next week with Hitchin' a Ride, which is another fucking heavy fucking hitter. So look forward to it. 2 singles in a row, which is pretty crazy. But most of all, folks, until next time,
stay punk.
Green Dudes out.